Today, I'm going to look at an infamously bad film that I've wanted to review for a long time, and that film goes by the name of One Missed Call. Based on the 2003 Japanese film of the same name, the American remake is considered by many to be one of the most terrifying films ever, not because it's scary, but because how bad it is for not being scary. Add in a bland script, bland characters and bland monsters and you have a recipe for disaster. Ever since the beginning I've wanted to review this film, and now this is my chance to do so. So, let's take a look at One Missed Call. We start off this train wreck of a film with a hospital on fire.
Is anything hurt? Sweetheart, is your mommy here? You know where she is?
We then cut to a young woman living in a huge and expensive Japanese house. Because this film is based on a Japanese property, remember?
No, I swear, I wasn't just saying things. I mean, it could have just been a prank.
Luna?
I somehow don't feel safe because I'm the only black character in this horror film, and I might be the first one to die. No! Not the cat! This death scene leads to an opening credit sequence that shows everyone using their mobile phones, representing the fall of humanity. I swear I just saw the Miramax logo in the background.
This looks the same to me, but...
At a party, we meet our protagonist Beth Raymond, played by Shannon Sossamon.
Brian, do you think you could get your eyes off Taylor for 2 seconds and help me with this? And before the sheets are even cold. No wonder why Liam moved out.
I am a man, I have needs. Yes, well, we can't force Taylor to have good taste now, can we?
Okay, I think that you're still messed up over Leanne, and you think if you flirt with Taylor, maybe Leanne will get jealous and come back to you.
Here's some advice. Don't talk extensively about a character we haven't even been introduced to. Beth has a flashback of... nothing.
Hey, Leanne.
Hi. Okay, just leave the alarm off. Thanks. That's not my ringtone.
Leanne gets a mysterious call that contains a disturbing recording.
If you'd like to hear this message again, press 1.
I don't know, it's the weirdest thing.
That's your voice. That's you.
You can tell that I am scared based on my bland performance.
In cases of severe and repeated childhood abuse,
Leanne tries to forget that scary call, but she starts to have visions.
mental tasks, and among these, what we call dissociative virtuosity. This word.
Ow! Who put that horrible CGI on the street? I really have to stop smoking weed. I must be very high right now.
I keep seeing things. Weird people looking at me. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing.
Leanne utters the same words she heard from the recording just as a supernatural force attacks her. I'm dying, but I need to write to my boyfriend to tell him that I won't be home for sex.
Like I said, she threw herself off.
Can we go?
At Leanne's funeral, they mentioned that several other people had also died from mysterious phone calls, just as Brian is having visions. Oh shit, he's looking at me.
Voice call received Wednesday.
Damn it, I forgot. I swear if I didn't have my head screwed on it. Call came in 2 nights ago. From Leanne's phone.
That was the night that she died.
Only the call was dated Wednesday.
Today, 12:02 p.m.
Brian leaves, but he forgets his phone.
Forgot. I swear if I didn't have my head screwed on.
Brian dies in a typical Final Destination death, and Beth tries to explain to the police.
Leanne got a phone call, and so did Brian right before they died.
We checked on that. There were no voicemails on your friends' phones. Either of them.
The girl's right, Mickey. There's got to be some kind of connection here.
You know, I'm really sorry about your sister. But if it was my sister, I'd take some personal time.
I'm the typical officer of the law who never listens. The only detective who believes Beth is Jack Andrews, played by Edward Burns.
Except Shelley Baum interned with my sister at St. Luke's. My sister Jean, she died in the fall 2 days before Shelley drowned.
But then you see what I'm saying? Everybody seems to be linked together somehow.
So wait, does that mean the cat also had a phone call? Because why else did he have to die? And yes, the idea of a phone call announcing your own death is a complete rip-off of The Ring. Both of them.
You didn't get a call, did you?
But my number wasn't right, so...
No power? Any dead people call? We're not home.
Smart choice. Unfortunately, the entity is smarter.
There are no batteries. It's 2 days from now.
They make several attempts to delete the call to no avail, but they do get the visit of a TV producer who is aware of the deaths.
I work on the program American Miracles. Well, some students called us about what happened at the school, and they told us all about your problem. We were very moved by your story, Taylor. And we think that we might be able to help you.
The news travels very fast in this city, doesn't it?
To build an extensive resource of people who were able to deal successfully with those evil influences like that.
What do you mean, like you do exorcisms?
Okay, come here. Nope, nope. Thank you very much. This is ridiculous. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, maybe he could help me, Beth.
No, Taylor, you don't need an exorcism.
Don't you know that reality TV is full of phonies? Does Beth have these flashbacks every time she's in front of a door? If not, then there's no point in having them.
But the other detective said that nobody could find the voicemails.
It's only because the other detective didn't bother to check the phone records. I did, and it's all right there.
Right, who called your sister? If we could just trace it back to the source and find out who started this, then we would...
I was up all night tracking it down. I'm gonna go see her now. If I figure anything out...
Beth and Andrews go to a house which used to belong to a family, where the first call came from. And yes, there are lots and 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 lots of jump scares, and none of them work.
That's the older daughter from the photograph.
Yeah, it says she died of an asthma attack in her apartment.
Child Protective Services, was she an abuse victim?
It says her mother was questioned by a psychiatric nurse at St. Luke's.
Your sister.
So Ellie has an asthma attack and dies. My sister starts asking questions. Marie gets nervous she's going to be found out, so she takes Laurel and disappears.
Beth sees her friend Taylor on TV as part of the reality show, in the hope of getting rid of the evil spirit, as if that would help.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, just hold on. We're gonna be there in a few minutes.
No, it's gonna work out. I know it.
I command you. I command you in the name of God, in the names of all his heavenly angels, to be gone from this cell phone.
Guys? The idea of doing an exorcism on a mobile phone is a lot more stupid than you think.
Stop tormenting my sister. You will come out now. Show yourself.
Hey, that wasn't part of the show. Booga booga booga.
Hey, guys, take it easy. I'm a cop.
I'm translucent. This bad acting is killing me!
Tomorrow.
Okay, is this the kindergarten school of acting? Give better performances than this! Your friend dies, you find out that you're going to die, and you just say, it's tomorrow, as if you were at a boring Sunday school lecture. Here you go, Nemo, have something to eat.
Like, are you sure you want to stay here? I mean, maybe you could stay with your family instead?
Oh, my father's dead.
Well, what about your mother?
She and I don't talk very much.
Beth, what happened here?
Beth reveals that she was also abused during her childhood by her mother, the stereotyped version of Cruella de Vil.
I expect you to come, do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Don't make me use your teddy bear as a fur coat.
Go ahead. Go cry to your father.
Daddy?
That's very tragic, but is this relevant to the story? Just great.
All right, thanks. How's missing persons? They found Laurel. She's in a foster home.
They find the other daughter, the same one from the hospital fire, but she seems unresponsive.
She hasn't spoken since the fire.
Laurel, listen to me. It's very important that we find your mother. Do you know where she is right now?
I'm not talking to you. I'm giving a better performance than any of you, so piss off.
God damn it! We have 4 hours left.
Everybody leaves a trail. ATM machines, credit cards, and we'll track Marie that way.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna go find out about the fire at St. Luke's because everything seems to start there. Jack, we'll get more done if we split up, okay? And I'm safe until 7:55 p.m.
No! Don't split up! That's how everyone dies in horror films! I really don't understand the point of these hallucinations. What exactly is the entity trying to accomplish? Ha ha ha! Now that person knows she's going to die, I'm going to scare the crap out of her just for fun! Ha 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 ha!
Okay, now do you remember a little girl? Her name was Laurel Layton. She was 6 years old. Right, now do you remember her mother? Was her mother there when the fire started? It was during visiting hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that wouldn't have made any difference. The mother was there all the time.
I think Marie Layton was in the hospital when it burned down. I think that she might have died there.
No, that's impossible. All the bodies were identified.
So what if her body is still inside and her spirit's there, moving through the phones, attacking people?
The taxi driver's reaction is very accurate.
And her spirit's there, moving through the phones, attacking people.
What the heck is she talking about?
Well, here we are, miss. St. Luke's.
Through the power of convenience, Beth manages to get inside the unguarded ruins of the hospital, which looks like the asylum from Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Looking, 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 looking. Oh, how cute!
It's okay.
She's coming for me.
Andrews finds her, and we witness the closest thing to ever being scary in this film. Almost scary. They get separated, so Beth tries to escape through the air shaft and comes across something. Wait a minute! Didn't Andrew say that all the bodies from the hospital were recovered?
All the bodies were identified.
and yet they weren't able to find this one corpse? No wonder the police are stupid. They can't find dead people or believe in the existence of supernatural beings. Yes, because that worked so well the first time. My phone! I'm going to kill you!
Please don't hurt me.
Why do I get the feeling that they are about to kiss one another? The burnt person turns out to be the mother, who somehow manages to protect Beth from dying at the appointed hour.
I know what she was, but I have this feeling that she brought me here or something to protect me. Otherwise, why am I still alive?
Good question.
No.
Oh God, we look so stupid for not finding this one corpse. That's an all-time low for us. So now what? Beth has survived the curse, bringing it to an end, and yet there are still 15 minutes of film left. What else is there to tell?
It's a nanny cam. Records what goes on in the kids' room.
They watch the recording, which reveals that it was the girl with asthma who injured her sister in the form of satanic rituals.
Get away from her!
She suffers an asthma attack and dies while trying to call her mother on her phone, thus starting the curse.
It's your sister Ellie, wasn't it?
But she always gave me candy.
And yet with all these revelations, there is one detail the film never explains. How did Ellie become an evil spirit? Of all the satanic people out there, why was she picked to carry out the deaths of other people she didn't even know? Not to mention that the mother also seems to have supernatural powers, because how else did she protect Beth from Ellie after being dead for over a week? Where is the explanation to all this? Or are we just supposed to accept it without questioning it? Andrews goes to Beth's house to tell her about it.
She's the one who made the very first phone call.
No, wait, no!
Booga booga booga! Ellie's about to kill Beth when suddenly the spirit of the mother stops her by doing whatever the hell she's doing. I can't follow this scene. How am I going to explain this to the police? That's it? That's the end of the film? It feels like they just ended halfway through the story, instead of at the very end. Not that it would have mattered anyway, the movie is shit. And that was one missed call, and while I don't consider it to be one of the worst films that I've seen, I can easily understand why people hate it. It's painfully unscary, the special effects are more funny than terrifying, all the actors give bland and disinterested performances, and many of the film's elements are clearly taken from other horror films. Even the story has many inconsistencies, like how did Ellie and her mother become such powerful spirits, and if the mother was able to stop Ellie from killing Beth, how come she wasn't able to stop the curse from happening? And when you have a premise about creepy phone calls and they don't scare anyone, then you know you have failed spectacularly. I'm a standard Korean. Excuse me. Yes? That's strange. That was my own voice. I sounded as if I was having a heart attack.